In just 48 hours, my new book hit #1 in Amazon's new releases in the category of substance abuse recovery. And guys, this is such a huge honor and accomplishment. And so in today's short video, I really just want to share with you why people are loving it and why I feel like you will too. If you're new here, my name is Mariah, and this is my very first book. It's titled The Unashamed Life, and the subtitle says, God found me in the pit of hell, but he didn't leave me there. And it came out, it officially released on May 27th, 2025, just a few weeks ago. And like I said, we hit #1 in substance abuse recovery, #2 in Christian gender and sexuality, and #3 in Christian social issues. So just giving Jesus all the glory for that. And more than rankings, you know, rankings are constantly shifting and changing, and new books are constantly being published and released. So I think since then it's changed, but we're definitely still in the top 10. But regardless of that, I have poured my heart and soul into this book. I really believe that God called me to write it, and I really believe that it will bless you and that it will mark you. There are some books that you read, and then there are some books that mark you and impact you and make a huge difference in your life. And this is truly one of those books. It is a real life story. It is my story, my testimony of overcoming addiction and prostitution and what it was like through the lens and through the perspective of an addict, of someone who was in that lifestyle. So if you like books that are raw, that are real, that are relatable, that talk about heartbreak, but also healing, that talk about how I experienced lost love and lost morals, because ultimately my addiction got to the point to where I was so desperate to make ends meet that I was literally willing to do anything. And so on the back cover, it literally says, that I take you on a raw and transformative journey through my story. And then it says, how did a seemingly good and normal childhood lead her down the dark road of addiction and prostitution? And so I not only share my story, but I share like powerful, practical, biblical tools to empower you to break free from shame and to share your own story. So it is a quick read. It's 168 pages, and there are pictures like all throughout it. If you get the paperback, the pictures are in black and white, but it's also available on Kindle as an ebook, and the pictures on the ebook are in color. But yeah, I mean, it's super vulnerable, super real. I wrote it in such a way that it would be like we were sitting down, having a cup of coffee, just hanging out, telling a story, but it's jam-packed full of truth. I also share about what it was like dating men, dating women, being in and out of toxic, abusive relationships, and just really struggling with my identity. So I think that this book is not only for people that have wrestled with addiction or have loved ones in addiction. I really think that it will minister to anyone, no matter what stage or what you've been through in your life. But especially if you've ever dealt with just shame from your past, shame or condemnation or guilt of things that you've done and you want to break free from that shame. If you've ever just wrestled with maybe the skeletons in your own closet and how to bring those things into the light, because there's so much freedom in the light, then this book will really encourage you. If, of course, you've ever dealt with drug addiction or someone that you love, substance abuse, alcoholism, any of that, I also touch on just mental health and how I share my own struggles with anxiety and depression. And guys, there is a trigger warning in the front of the book. I do have a trigger warning just to let you guys know. It says, just a short little note to the reader, that in some parts of this book, I share my own struggles with grief, with thoughts of self-harm and hurting myself, and also with sex and drug abuse. So it is a graphic but not vulgar book, but I would say it's for ages like 16, high school and up, because I definitely discuss some more mature themes in here, but it's very tastefully done. So it is a clean book. If you've ever struggled with poor self-image or poor self-worth, or wrestling with your own value and seeing yourself the way that God sees you, this book will bless you. If you've ever wrestled with any type of sexual sin, any sort of perversion, pornography, any of that, then this book will bless you. If you've ever wrestled with being in the LGBT community, or maybe struggling and wrestling through having same-sex attraction, then this book book will bless you. If you've ever wrestled with the fear of man and doubting God's plan and God's purpose for your life, then this book will bless you. And honestly, any other demonic lies or just things that keep you in bondage, I really touch on a little bit of everything. And it's, like I said, it's a quick read. You could probably finish it in one sitting, but I'm so excited to share it with the world. I've been blown away by the testimonies, by the reviews from people. Literally, one lady said, I think everybody should read this with or without addiction. One person said, I can't put it down and I hate reading. And that comment made me laugh. I've had a ton of people say that they couldn't stop reading it, that they finished it in one sitting. One lady said, I stayed up past my bedtime reading it. A comment that really, or one of the reviews over on Amazon that really blessed me was this one. And she said, to mothers of prodigals. And she talked about how if you, not just mothers, but if you're praying for someone who's a prodigal, if you're believing God to save someone who is in a life of sin right now, whatever it may be, sin is sin in God's eyes, but it will be such an encouragement to you of like, no one is too far gone for God to save, and that God hears your prayers and your prayers are powerful and impactful, even when maybe it doesn't look like it in the natural. And so this review really encouraged me. This also really blessed me. She said, I'm already ready to reread it again. And to me, that really touched my heart, because I don't know about you, but I love reading. And as a book lover, I only reread books that really hit home. And so that comment was really special to me. And countless testimonies of people saying that they encountered the presence of God and the presence of the Holy Spirit through the pages of this book, even in the foreword, even in the preface, in the first couple chapters. So I do believe that this book is like a now word. I think it's an important conversation that needs to be had in today's day and age with the fentanyl epidemic and the mental health epidemic that we find our nation in currently. And so if you would be interested in reading it, I would be so honored. Truly, I don't just say that. Like, when people tell me that they're going to read my book, it blesses me so much, because there are millions of books in the world, millions of things you could be spending your time and money on. And so if you consider reading my book, thank you. I love you. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. It blesses me, and I know that the Lord will speak to you through it. And if you do, it's available. If you want to grab it, it's available on Amazon. It's also available on my TikTok shop. And on the TikTok shop, I sign the book, and also I include, let me grab it real quick. Okay, I forgot to grab these, but if you ordered on TikTok shop, you'll get a signed copy of the book, and also these custom bookmarks that I made that say unashamed, and then on the back they have a quote from the book. And you'll also get some stickers. I have some really fun, like bookish stickers with books and flowers, and then I also include like an inspirational sticker or a quote, just to bless you guys. Like this one is Mark 9:23. It says, everything is possible for the one who believes. And then that one says, make heaven crowded. So it's just a fun little package and just a way to connect if you order over on TikTok shop. But like I said, it's also available on Amazon. If you do buy it, would you kindly leave a review, an honest review, and let me know your thoughts on it. I've been so blessed just hearing what the Lord is doing through it. And I'm truly just praying and trusting. And that's another thing, you guys, if you believe in the power of prayer, just pray with me that God will put this book into the hands of everybody that He wants it to be in. I would love for it to go into recovery homes, into high schools, colleges, youth groups, like just whoever the Lord wants to speak to it through. I really believe that He's going to do that. And so just praying for His anointing, His blessing, His word to go forth through it and bring about lasting breakthrough and break chains in people's life. Because even in my own story, I'll link my testimony video at the end of this video if you want to watch that. But when I gave my life to Jesus, He radically broke in and set me free from years of addiction and so many lies and so many demons. And even in my own story, no one was present. It was Jesus Himself. There was no pastor. There was no preacher. No one laid hands on me. And so I believe that the Lord can minister to us anywhere, anytime, any place. And that's why the subtitle is God Found Me in the Pit of Hell, but He didn't leave me there, because the beautiful thing about the Lord is that He meets us where we are. are, but he doesn't leave us where he finds us. So anyways, that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I love you. I bless you. If you've read the book, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, I will link down below all the links for everything that I mentioned in this video. But if you want to get the book and you can't get it right now, or maybe you're like, I don't really know if I'll like it, then you can sign up for my newsletter at mariahtaverna.com, and I will shoot you over the first 2 chapters as like a free sample, and you can just fill it out and kind of see a little bit about what it's about and just stay in the loop with all that God is doing in my life, in our family, and through the book and our online ministry. So I love you. I pray that you have an awesome day, and until next time, God bless you. Bye.